Hi, lovely people. My name is Rosaliz, and today I'm here with the word. And something that God has been ministering to me is exit the known. Exit the known. And the Bible character that came alive to me was Abraham. And God was talking about how Abraham was willing to leave the familiar, to leave the known for a place that he did not even know about. He left the known for the unknown, and he walked by faith. And so the Lord is saying that he's going to tell us to walk by faith. He's telling us to walk by faith. He's telling some people to leave the familiar, to leave the known. I don't know about you, but this whole journey has been me leaving the known, me leaving what I was comfortable with. But God has been so good, and I just want to encourage us to know that in taking that step of obedience is what you have been looking for, that sense of fulfillment, that sense of knowing that you are walking in the will of God. You see, God's will goes hand in hand with obedience. If you are not willing to obey him, he said, if you obey me, you eat of the good of the land. It's time for us to obey God. It's time for us to take him at his word. It's time for us to understand that God is going to push us into is going to allow certain circumstances to push us into our callings, to push us into what we are supposed to do. I want to encourage us today to know that God has a plan for you. God has a purpose for you. You were made for so much more. And if you are in such a place where you feel like, God, what's happening in my life? Why am I not here or there? I want you to know that it's time to exit the known. It's time to exit what makes you comfortable. It's time to exit what makes you think that you can thrive, because your own abilities can do that thing that you are doing. I want you to understand that God is calling you to a place where all you know is him. All you know is, what is the next step, Lord? What are you saying, Lord? Even in this season, I may not understand it, and I want someone to understand today. Yes, that person may have done something to you. It may have been unfair, but it pushed you into your calling. It pushed you into that place where you were walking in the perfect will of God for your life. So I want you to understand, let it go. Let it go. I don't know who this word is for, but that unfair situation has pushed you into what God wanted you, where God wanted you to be in the first place. So I want you to understand that that person was just a vessel through which God pushed you into that place you were supposed to be in. So let that person go. You see, God does not want you to be offended. He doesn't want you to get angry with that person. Yes, the person may have treated you unfairly, and that pushed you into that place you are in right now. So I want you to understand that unfair situations are also used to push you into going into the unknown, where God is going to use everything, where everything is going to come into alignment. Everything is going to make sense. At the moment, it does not make sense. In that situation, it does not make sense. But I want you to understand that God is working all things together for your good. God is pushing you into a place of purpose, of alignment. And as long as you say, Lord, I don't understand this, it hurts so bad, but God, I'm going to trust you. God is going to use that for his glory. Joseph told his brothers, you meant it for evil, but God used it to deliver the world. So I want you to understand that it may not be perfect, it may not be nice, it may not be something you wished you would have gone through, but God is going to bring out beauty. He's going to bring in beauty. You may see ashes, but God is going to bring in beauty. You may see a disadvantage, but God is going to bring in beauty. You may see, all hope is lost, but God is going to bring beauty out of this. I want you to know that in the unknown, you're going to learn how to trust him. You're going to learn how to walk with God. You're going to learn his ways. You're going to know how he speaks to you. You're going to know how he walks with you. You're going to know that you are never alone. In the unknown, every distraction is blocked out. The distraction of the things you already knew, the distraction of how you think things should go is blocked out. And it's a soul faith walk. It's solely a faith walk. It's solely a faith walk. That is where God wants you to be. That is where God wants you to enter. A place where all you know is faith. A place where all you know is His voice. A place where all you know is obedience. That is the plan of God for you. That you will learn to know His voice for yourself. That you will learn to walk with Him on a personal level. That you will learn to walk by faith. So I want you to understand that God is calling you, He is calling us into a season, into a place of exiting the known, exiting the familiar. I know this word is for somebody, and I know that God wants to do so much more than you could ever think of or imagine. So I want you to hold on to Him in this season. I want you to know that even in that place where you don't understand or you don't know where to do, you will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it, walk ye in it." You are so loved by God, and you are so blessed. I know that God has so much for you. Have a great day. Bye.